Dungeons in anime always start simple, dark corridors, spooky monsters, then somehow escalate into why is my soul screaming? Today we're diving into 6 anime where the MC gets trapped underground and still goes full overpowered madness. Let's begin. Kicking off with number 6, Tower of Druaga. If you've ever watched an anime and thought, wow, this dungeon has way too many side quests, then welcome to Tower of Druaga, the anime that said, what if the dungeon itself had drama issues? The story drops us into a massive tower stuffed with monsters, traps, weird creatures, and NPCs who act like they were coded by a developer who didn't sleep. Our boy Jill is the classic, I want to be a hero type, but instead of getting roasted by veterans for dreaming too big, he actually kind of earns it. Jill's squad is basically every party composition in your average RPG. The edgy one, the mysterious one, the comedy relief one, and the one who clearly needs therapy. As they climb floor after floor, the tower throws traps like it's actively annoyed they're still alive. And the monsters? They don't even look like they want to be there half the time. What I love, and laugh at, is how the show balances super serious dungeon danger with absolute clown energy. One minute you're watching Jill dodge death, next minute some character does something so questionable you pause the episode like, did the animators prank us? And trust me, not every character here survives embarrassment. Some of them get humbled harder than failing a level 1 quest. Sliding to number 5, Goblin Slayer. Now look, if there's one anime that treats dungeons like crime scenes, it's Goblin Slayer. And yes, it gets brutal, dark, and unapologetically gritty, but the OP energy of the main character? Legendary. This man isn't just overpowered, he's basically a walking goblin genocide speedrun. The MC, Goblin Slayer himself, has one mission: wipe out every goblin in existence. Period. No side quests, no distractions, no upgrading his armor for fashion, just pure goblin deletion. When this guy gets trapped in a dungeon, you don't worry for him. You worry for the dungeon. The walls are sweating, the goblins are rethinking life choices, and even the traps feel useless. What makes this series wild is the atmosphere. Dungeons aren't portrayed as fun adventure zones. They're claustrophobic, filthy, and packed with monsters who fight like they have nothing to lose. And Goblin Slayer analyzes everything like Batman in medieval armor, except more violent and with worse sleep habits. And can we talk about the party? They all bring something useful: magic, agility, healing. But Goblin Slayer hogs every spotlight because he plans battles like he's writing a dissertation. Every move is precise and dangerous. If you like dungeon crawling with serious tension, high stakes, and one man who will not let a goblin breathe freely, this one hits hard. Landing on number 4, the Unwanted Undead Adventurer. Picture this. You're an adventurer doing your best, struggling through life. Not exactly famous, but trying. Then the dungeon decides to turn you into a skeleton. That's the Unwanted Undead Adventurer starring Rent, the most politely overpowered undead you'll ever meet. Rent starts off normal enough, mid-tier skills, average goals, decent personality, but the dungeon he explores says, nah bro, new form unlocked, skeleton mode. Instead of dying, he respawns as a bag of bones with a good work ethic. And weirdly, it's kind of wholesome. The trapped in a dungeon vibe is perfect because Rent has to learn everything from scratch. He's literally fighting slimes and bats while trying not to fall apart physically or emotionally. And this man is persistent. He trains, adapts, and upgrades like a gamer refusing to start a new save file. What makes it fun is how Rent slowly becomes OP without realizing it. He'll say, oh, I'm still weak. Meanwhile, villagers are like, why is this skeleton casually soloing monsters like it's cardio? His transformation, the dungeon puzzles, the monster battles, they all blend in this cool mix of dark fantasy plus slow power growth. Rent might not be flashy, but he's the definition of quietly overpowered. But trust me, number 3, it'll mess with your head in the best way possible. Looking at number 3, suppose a kid from the last dungeon Boonies moved to a starter town. This anime feels like someone took the OP protagonist trope, cranked it up to maximum stupidity, then threw it into a dungeon just to watch the walls panic. Lloyd Belladonna is so strong he doesn't even realize he's strong. He thinks he's weak. He's not. He could sneeze and trigger a boss battle. Lloyd comes from a village where everyone is basically a myth-level warrior. Heroes, legends, monsters with continent-breaking abilities, all casual neighbors. So when he travels to a normal city and enters a dungeon, the power scale just collapses. Monsters are confused. Bosses are terrified. Even the dungeon traps work overtime, like, please stop walking casually through deadly zones like you're checking your mail. What keeps the show hilarious is Lloyd's innocence. He genuinely believes he's underpowered, even while he carries boulders like groceries or destroys threats before they even realize they spawned in. And the reactions? Priceless. Every character around him cycles between shock, admiration, and emotional damage. The dungeon sequences are peak comedy plus chaos. Lloyd stumbles through danger with pure, I don't know I'm OP energy, and it makes every moment fun. This show doesn't just play with the dungeon trope, it clowns on it with style. Dropping down to number 2, Skeleton Knight in Another World. Our MC arc logs into a game, falls asleep, wakes up in another world, and boom, he's a giant armored skeleton with cheat-level stats. If being trapped in a dungeon wasn't bad enough, imagine scaring friendly NPCs just by existing. Arc is OP from the moment he appears. Strength, maxed. Defense, ridiculous. Magic, overkill. He's basically a walking raid boss in paladin armor. And guess what? Dungeons in this anime are basically playgrounds for him. Monsters jump out like, we got him, but they don't. They don't got anything. Arc one-shots everything without breaking a bone. Literally. What makes the show entertaining is how gentle his personality is compared to his terrifying appearance. He's this chill, polite dude who helps strangers, saves people and cracks jokes, even though everyone who sees him initially reacts like they've witnessed a Demon King awakening. Dungeon exploration here is packed with flashy spell effects, monster mobs, hidden chambers, and Arc casually breaking every difficulty rating. And of course, the party dynamics absolutely add spice, especially when characters slowly realize, oh, this skeleton is broken. If you want dungeon action mixed with comedy, mystery, world building, and one extremely overpowered bony buddy, this anime serves it all with style. And finally, number 1, Reincarnated as a Sword. You've seen reincarnation stories, sure, but getting reborn as a sword? That's a flex, and not just any sword, an OP magical weapon with more skills than half of the anime industry combined. Our MC, known as Teacher, wakes up inside a dangerous monster-infested region, literally stuck in the ground. He's not just trapped, he's item-locked. When Fran, the cat-girl warrior, discovers him, everything changes. Together they form one of the coolest duos in modern fantasy anime. The dungeon battles? Insane. Teacher scans enemies, steals skills, unleashes attacks like he's speedrunning power levels. Meanwhile, Fran tanks danger with the confidence of someone who knows her weapon is basically cheating. What makes this anime stand out isn't just the power fantasy, it's the chemistry. Teacher acts like the supportive mentor every MC wishes they had, while Fran goes from adorable rookie to dungeon-slaying menace. The show's dungeons are stacked with mana traps, evolving monsters, living walls, cursed chambers, all the classic do not enter signs, but Fran and Teacher slice through them like they're reviewing a restaurant. The action stays intense, the humor lands perfectly, and the duo dynamic keeps you invested. A sword and a cat girl dominating dungeons together? Peak entertainment. And that wraps up 6 anime where the MC doesn't just survive dungeons, they embarrass them. Whether you love chaotic OP energy, dark gritty tunnels, or characters who overpower reality itself, there's something here for you. Drop your favorite dungeon moment in the comments, hit like, subscribe, and stick around for more anime chaos every week.